Welcome to Brain. At this show, Dave, do you know what we do? We bring really amazing innovation news. Every time.
We do.
Every time.
That's great.
Welcome to Brain. This is the show.
Today we're going to be talking about the ways that AI is affecting enterprise infrastructure. We're going to be talking about new ways to shop with AI, new ways to create things, and the lawsuits that have been prevented because of people being friendly together. And we're going to talk about billionaires building new things and buying new things and playing.
The world is their oyster.
It is.
Yep.
It is. And we are the pearls.
We are the pearls. Wow. That's very poetic, Dave. Very poetic.
It's probably inaccurate, but that's fine. So this week, some big news. The biggest obviously being Gemini 3 being released. There were a lot of high hopes for it, big expectations. It was kind of a out of the park or fail sort of situation for them.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack that a lot more on Wednesday in our longer format show, which is yet to be named. I guess it's just Brain.
It's Wednesday's show.
So we'll talk about that more then. But let's get into some of the other releases.
Yes. We're kind of going through these news items every week, and this week was, or last week and this week, there was just, I don't know, I feel an acceleration of things occurring. Maybe it's also because Gemini is released as was released as a preview, and a lot of people are using it in their tools already. So it seems like there's a lot of progress being made. One of the big ones is, I'm not sure if you've played with Figma Make.
I have not.
Figma Make is awesome. And I don't know if it's actually news, really, because I don't know how long. They don't display how long they've had the tool. It was more like I discovered it while I was inside of Figma. And it's like a trained model based on huge amounts of assets and resources. Figma is a design tool, like an industry standard design tool. And I used it to build a few little prototypes, and it was so good at designing functional apps, but making the design feel totally professional, whereas other tools make it so that it's like developer first. They're kind of ugly and working, but this one is like beautiful and almost working.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So within Figma, like we've done a lot of wireframing and kind of like initial layout in there. What is Make doing?
So it's an extra tab at the very rightmost area of the UI. And when you click on it, you can say, take this design that I've made and turn it into this thing I want it to be. And so it will build a full stack, like using TypeScript and hosting a server locally, and it'll make
it's actually building.
It's a building tool that you've designed. Yeah, whatever you've designed, it'll make into a functional
that's
product.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then you can host. It'll host the pages and everything.
That's fantastic for like rapid prototyping. And quickly being able to test features even with real users.
Yes, with real users, nice designs. It's like, mwah. It's so good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There were a couple of other small releases that were completely overshadowed by Gemini 3. One was that OpenAI released GPT 5.1.
Okay.
It has two modes, thinking and instant. Instant is a warm, conversational, friendly sort of reply, and then thinking is deeper reasoning, and it can switch between the two. What I found really interesting is that they introduced 8 personalities that you can choose from. So if you go down to your profile picture, go to settings, personalization, then there's base, style, and tone as a drop down. These are what you can choose from. Default, friendly, professional, candid, quirky, efficient. And then if I want to, like I'm speaking to you, nerdy. And if you want to be speaking to me, cynical. So those are the those are the profiles you can choose from.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah, it follows instructions better than 5. So They had some examples. One was only respond with 6 words.
Yeah.
And then asked it questions. And of course, GPT-5 was like, I'm going to do what I want.
Yep.
5.1, literally 6 words every single time. It was really good. The other thing was baseball. It had an example about baseball rules.
Okay.
Baseball is super simple and also super complicated.
Yes.
So it asked to define a term about baseball, and the GPT-5 response was more terms you needed to look up. And I found that a lot with 5, actually. It's like, I'll try to learn about a subject I don't know a lot about.
Yes.
And it answers with a bunch of stuff I still don't know. And then now I've got 5 more questions. With the instant model, it was much better dumbed down for me. Like, it was way simpler.
Right. The initial response is more understandable.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
And then if you want to dig in, you can. But much more manageable, less jargon, plainer English.
So I have a note on that. Have you noticed that since GPT 5.1, have you used voice mode on your phone?
I haven't.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't. I was away in the jungle.
Right. It is actually very much like that now, where even in preparation for the show. So what I'll do is I'll say, this is the news item I want to discuss with you. So then we'll have a discussion about it so that I can become well-versed in the content of that actual news item. But the cool thing about it is, whereas, like you're saying, before it was a little bit more, you had to dig deep into what it meant for certain terms. If it was in a field I didn't understand, I'd have to understand those terms. But now it seems to clarify itself, or at least use dumber language. Yeah, so that I can understand what it's saying.
Yeah, it's just simpler language.
Exactly.
It's a better teacher.
Yep.
And you use voice mode a lot. I think we both use it a lot. I use it when I'm driving a lot to just have conversations about things that I want to learn.
Yep.
One of the other things I had to cover was the Warner Music settlement with
That's
Udio.
a big one. That's a big one.
So you want, I don't know if you want to speak to it, but Udio is a platform that lets you remix, produce covers, produce new music. It's all about music creation with AI. And because they have this remixing and cover element in it, they were butting heads with Warner
and other labels.
Yeah. And what ended up happening was that they actually agreed to a licensing deal, a subscription-based AI music creation platform licensing deal between the two. So the typical pattern has been build something, gain a bunch of users, and if by the time you're getting sued, the number of users makes sense to pay for it, then you do it. And if it hasn't grown enough, then you say, "Oh, so sorry, we'll shut it down." That's typically the pattern.
Exactly.
So it's really interesting to see that they actually came to an agreement at kind of early in the game, and
are building. I think they're building a product release. Like, they will actually release a product together.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. And I think that this sort of collaboration solves a bit of that ethics dilemma, where it's how much can I sample before I'm stealing? So can I sample 10 milliseconds at a time? Or,
totally. Well, one of my good friends is a manager of one of the world's biggest superstars, and I was having a conversation with him this week, and he's talking about what is the killer app in the music industry that will make it so that AI is not so scary? It's not so, and how do you build that thing? And I think that's partly down the path where it's like, where you have the ability to license the music from within a catalog of songs, which Warner Music has, and you're able to give it to someone, know that, compensate the creators, because that's what the label's responsibility is. It's like, these are creatives. Here's their music. They need to be compensated for the data being used for training. Yeah. So I think that model is perfect.
Yeah, and it's both, with this model, it's both credited and compensated.
Yes, exactly.
So not only are we just paying you in the background, but we're saying these pieces were built on this person's original creation.
Yes,
and they're being compensated.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, it's great. It's a huge shift.
Yep. Philip Jefferson is the Fed vice chair in the U.S. And He said yesterday that what people are calling a bubble is unlikely a bubble. It's probably around AI specifically. The growth in AI stocks and the economy and the money being passed around through AI is unlikely a bubble. Is, take it or leave it, take it with a grain of salt, however you see the politicization of this stuff. But ultimately, one of the leaders in the banking systems in the US is saying this is not actually a bubble. The money is real. The actual innovation is real. And so it was just really interesting seeing this play out in the US.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that it's not an AI bubble, it's an LLM bubble. And so the bubble that people are concerned about is a bubble in a bubble bath. So, if you see some, even if we see a failure within OpenAI, you have to, there is a lot of money in there. But we were talking about this last time, how they're producing about $1 billion a month and Google's producing $1 billion a day.
Yeah.
So the size of them, they are huge. There's nothing, there is money in there. But the issue is really LLMs and the LLMs they're producing, not AI in general.
Yes.
AI is not going away. It's everywhere. It's baked into everything now. All your processes, it's there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not as scary as some people would have you believe. And scary news is very clickable stuff,
Absolutely.
Right? It invokes an emotion. It's memorable. It drives traffic. It's an easy way to get people listening to you is to say, be afraid.
Yeah, exactly. I think that there's also this sense of, just in general, like you put the nail right on the head. This LLM thing. Did you hit the nail?
I put the nail upon the head.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
In stating that there's an LLM bubble, that these are the chatbot wars. That's probably where the bubble exists. But the work that's being done, like the behind the scenes work that's being done in accomplishing real advancements, is just undeniable. If you're investigating the space deeply, like we have been, you can tell like the undergirding infrastructure, the things that you're capable of doing, the tooling, the workflows, the things that would take, like I can personally attest to the fact that there were things that used to take me months of time to even get a prototype out. I can do now the same amount of work in a small fraction of the time, days, so I agree with you on that.
Speaking of bubbles, okay, you have Saudi Arabia deciding to build 500 megawatts of compute, and who have they partnered with? None other than XAI. Billionaires get along with billionaires, and so they're planning to build a giant AI hub in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They've got some of the lowest energy costs in the world. They've got very low construction costs. They've got tons of space. They didn't mention this in the release, but Saudi Arabia is working on giant solar farms. And I bet that's very interesting to Musk, who's also very interested in solar and all things electric. So
for sure.
It's a really interesting partnership. They have tons of space. I was reading even about cooling, because obviously it's very hot there, and all that processing produces more heat. But because of the I guess being in the desert, and like it gets cooler at night, and the energy costs that they have, like it just works out that they're able to cool everything efficiently. Where is it that indoor ski hill is?
Yeah, it's in Dubai, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is possible to make cool spaces.
Yes,
out in the desert if you have enough money and the willpower to do it. Another billionaire story: Jeff Bezos is co-owning, starting a new project called Project Prometheus. Now, how long have you been without starting a new business? Because I've looked back, it's probably been since I was a teenager. I started my first businesses as a teenager, and then I had a little bit of a gap in there, maybe five years. Bezos, he left Amazon in 2021, and by 2025, he's like, I think I'm gonna start something else. He just couldn't stay out of it. He just couldn't relax.
Yeah, I've heard many.
You can. It doesn't matter the size of the boat you have. You just can't. You just can't sit still.
But he's a creative person. And I recently watched an interview with him where his counterparts who were at Amazon early were saying that his biggest flaw was that he was so creative, and he needed to allow people to catch up to him in his ideas. So so it's probably just that.
Yeah, they have $6.2 billion in early funding already, partly from Bezos. It's going to be focused on AI in manufacturing, engineering, computers, automobiles, and aerospace. A little broad, but basically
so everywhere.
Yeah, but basically the physical parts of the economy,
right?
And not the software parts. Which I think is really, really interesting. You have Musk, who's very technical, producing very technical things, and Bezos, who's great at managing massive workforces and scaling them with physical things and physical resources. So he's taking that tech now and figuring out how do I apply this to all of the physical things that I'm doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Amazon infrastructure and logistics pipelines that are robotic, automated in nature. You know what I mean? And they really spearheaded a lot of the efficiencies in warehouses and stuff. So he has obviously a ton of access to that knowledge, which is a good idea for him to use. Yeah.
There's one more piece now, because you brought up robotics.
Yeah.
I was going to save it for Wednesday brain, but I think I can talk about it now. Okay. So we talked about the Xpeng Iron, couple weeks ago, and how they weren't really making it for factories in China because the labor's too cheap. So there's a company called Ubitech. I think it's Ubitech. They made a robot called the Walker S2. Okay, they've begun mass production and delivery of them. They're dexterous hands. They got 6 tactile sensors. They're about 5'9", 176 centimeters.
Okay.
Face looks a bit like it's out of Squid Games, so it's black. It has this big circle in the middle. It's a little unnerving. It's made for factories, so it's moving things along manufacturing lines. It's got a 3D printed frame. It costs somewhere between $40,000 and $80,000.
Okay.
Whereas the Iron is supposedly up to $200,000.
Yep.
So much cheaper, which is why it can work in a factory. Here's one of the crazy things. It has hot swappable batteries that it can swap itself. So it'll go over to a rack of batteries and it goes boop and puts in a new one. And just goes back to work.
Oh, man.
So there's no downtime for charging. It doesn't have to stand in the corner charging. You can charge it that way.
Right.
Or it can just swap its batteries and get back to work. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So they've secured over 800 million won, or 112 million US dollars in orders already this year. And guess what? Last week, they rolled out hundreds into Chinese factories.
No way.
Hundreds. They're there now. Hundreds of them just rolled out and deployed. It's the world's first large-scale humanoid robot delivery. They have a target of delivering 500 units by the end of the year.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
They're making them cheap. They're getting them out there. I mean, that's scary for a place where the labor is so cheap. We're like, I don't know if we can afford a robot. Like to have a robot that can replace that labor.
Well, what's interesting is I just in passing read an article on Figure in BMW plants pulling their robot out after 13 months for different maintenance reasons and stuff like that. So that's a long cycle because it was working the whole time.
Right.
If it does take a position on a line for that long and is continuous and it just works, there are a lot of people who are potentially factory workers who are going to find something else to do.
Yeah. Learn how to fix robots.
Exactly. Or learn how to fix robots. Exactly.
Yep.
Also, have you seen Sunday AI?
No.
It's a home robot similar to, well, it's actually very different from the Neo.
Okay.
But it's a home, folds clothes, does chores, robot, and it's designed like robots in anime movies. It's like it's got like this orange cap on, and its body like moves up and down on this elevation thing. It's really unique.
Whoa.
It's not humanoid.
Do you know who makes it? It's just called Sunday.
I think there's Sunday AI is the name of the company.
Okay, yeah. So I may have put down a deposit on a Neo.
I may have done the same.
No. So whatever it was, the delivery is in 2026.
Yeah.
I wonder how much robot on V there's going to be a year from now.
Probably not a ton.
It's like you got the little gray guy going around with his little beady eyes, like, hey, can I hold your clothes for you? And then the other guy's like they're just picking up stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a really good question. Like in a year, will it be like, oh, wow, you were the first to have a robot? Who cares? There were 20 million robots delivered last Sunday or whatever.
Also, the Ubi Tech, the Walker S2 was on. No, it wasn't that one. It was another one that we talked about. It was actually on Walmart.com.
No.
Yeah, you could order them.
No.
Through their like third-party delivery. It was on Walmart. Yeah. It was one that we talked about 2 weeks ago. I can't remember which one it was. It
would have been the G1.
It was probably the G1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could just go on Walmart and order it. I checked; it's not there now.
Right,
but there was a lot of talk online about how it was available.
You just
and
get it on Walmart.
Of it there. Yeah.
That's the best.
So is that going to happen? Are we going to we're going to get delivery of the Neos?
Yeah,
but there's going to be a better mass-produced robot already available at Best Buy.
What do we do? We just have to get every one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Along those lines, when we talk about Gemini 3 on Wednesday, I'm going to talk a bit about the Gemini Pro subscription.
Yes.
Because I tried it in a whole bunch of places. I'm going to share my thoughts on it. Make sure, if you're watching up to this point, that you have liked this video, that you've subscribed so that we can notify you when we publish stuff. Wednesday's going to be another big show. It makes a big difference. We've seen some pretty good growth, but every subscriber makes a big difference in these early days. And let us know if you like something, if you hate something. Especially if you hate something, let us know. Because hating things that we do helps us fix them and make them better. I love it when people give us
those mistakes again. Yes.
Yeah.
Comments are really useful for us too, because first of all, we answer all of them, and there's proof. You can go to the channel right now.
He's not a liar.
I'm not a liar. You can go there, see that we answer every comment that's up there.
And we didn't get the 10 comments last week.
No, we didn't.
So I still have sort of 2 invites. If somebody, if we get 10 comments on the video,
when are they going to put that thing public?
Away and I'll just.
When are they going to put that thing?
I don't know.
I think it's probably a year from now.
I hope not soon, because I'm trying to get comments by giving away the invites. So
it's a good strategy, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see.
What am I talking about next here?
Well, I could talk about Amazon Prime is now producing AI generated recaps for shows.
Yep.
We use a tool called Opus Clip where we can stick our episodes in, and it helps to cut out some shorts. And I'm guessing it's a very similar sort of technology where it's recapping the story. I mean, my mind goes into the technical of how does it work. You could take the entire script for the show, the entire transcript, summarize it down into a paragraph, find in the script where those 4 sentences happened, and take those clips and stick them together. That's how I would do it.
That's an interesting approach. Actually, I think that would be better than what I've seen happen.
Oh,
because what I'm seeing on Amazon Prime right now is that editors, obviously the guys who are running the show, the showrunners, are building these like previously on blah blah, and you do get a sense for the story very well, because it's the actual creators of the show who are making the story. I think that would be the technique you're talking about. If it was fully automated, would be the best approach.
Well, they are. It is now like that's what I'm saying is they're rolling out AI powered
Like
versions
now.
of that so that they're not using editors to do it.
Okay.
There's just too many shows.
Yeah.
There's just way too many to have a human do all that.
Yep.
Now another piece is kind of related to AI producing content, which is that TikTok is now letting you control the amount of AI generated content
that shows up in your feed.
It's a slider.
Yeah.
It's under your settings, content preferences, manage topics. AI generated content is now a slider there, along with like dancing, sports,
Right.
food. So you can actually control how much you want to see.
That's interesting because TikTok has their own AI like framework and model. So they've also made it so that it's easy to create TikTok AI content with their tools. The question that I have about that is it detecting AI content that isn't TikTok born content? You know what I mean? Like built within their AI tools, or is it doing it across just their TikTok tools?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would assume it's across any AI content. Could be wrong. They said they are also planning to layer in invisible watermarking across AI generated content. And they've launched a $2 million AI literacy fund to support nonprofits that are building educational content around AI safety.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Are we technically building educational content around AI safety?
You know, I think we are, Joel. I think we may
have to dip into that.
Shoot out an email.
Okay, I have one that's totally unrelated, but is related to other previous related things. Here's what it is. Open AI.
Yes, heard of them.
Is chasing down yet another device manufacturer chip maker.
Oh my goodness.
Foxconn, who makes the iPhone, has become a partner with OpenAI to develop AI infrastructure, not necessarily chips, but AI infrastructure build-outs in the US. So it's supposedly a really big deal. That's pretty huge news. Yeah.
What chip manufacturers are left? They're going to be opening up the speaking spells to find out like who's powering there.
Exactly.
It's all the chips.
I love the speaking spells, dude.
The original AI chatbot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing that was kind of mind-blowing this week, and I sent you a message on it, is this Vibe Coder open source model that's using very small amounts of compute built by Weibo in China, and it's like this tiny model, 1.5 billion parameters, but it actually is competing against really large thinking models on math and coding, and so. It is remarkable. I think one of the major trends I saw in the last few weeks is how much news there has been about Chinese model builders and large platforms releasing very affordable, very effective models that you can just run locally on your machines at home. It's like this sovereign AI idea of like having your own AI is actually becoming pretty, I mean, it's there now. And I think edge devices, like things that are not connected to the internet, but have enough compute to run a really successful AI model or efficient AI model that works locally, is going to change the world. I think it's going to change the world. It's going to be crazy. Our coffee mugs are going to be just so efficient at some point with AI running in them. Well, microphones.
But I do think about like a smart fridge that has a display built into it. These models are getting to the size where those could almost run them.
Yeah.
And we meant that's something we talked about last week was if you had a few infrared cameras in your fridge, you could be processing like what can I make here, or ordering groceries or any of those things. That it shouldn't be that far away for us to be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, effectively, we could build these very intelligent robots at the edge of any power source. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Grok 4.1 was released. In blind tests, users preferred it 2/3 of the time. So I would give that a slightly better than the last one.
Yeah.
of course, that and GPT 5.1, they both came out in the midst of Gemini 3 being announced.
Yeah.
And so the news just got utterly trampled.
Yes.
I had other pieces here that I didn't even bother to expand on. That another week, it would have been great news to share.
Totally.
Replit introduced the free fast mode. 11 Labs had a huge studio update where you can generate images and videos and lip syncing and audio all in one spot.
Yep.
Choose from a ton of different models to do it. It's actually a really great update. Notion released version 3 with Notion agents. Base 44 announced their biggest update yet.
Ever, yeah.
I didn't even get to read it. And Lindy introduced an enterprise edition. That's all the stuff we didn't even bother to get to.
Things that I didn't get to. We didn't get to BlackBerry AI security. Which I kind of mentioned.
Well, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about BlackBerry, but that's a really good one.
Yeah.
We don't.
I mean, you're totally right though. Like, we're gonna need more episodes of this thing. We're gonna need. Hey, if you're out there and you like this stuff, just like and subscribe and comment, and maybe one day we'll succeed to the level that we can make a show, 3 times a week.
Whoa,
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Can I talk about something?
Yes. Yeah. I'm here for you.
Blockstack Designer. It's a new tool that was just released this week. And what it does is it layers an AI agent on top of a Minecraft builder. So you can tell it, hey, I want to build. I'm not sure if you ever played Minecraft. My son plays Minecraft.
Hang on.
Hey, no, wait. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So you go and you say, build me a train or build me a building and it will, in real time, it'll place the blocks on this kind of 3D world in the browser. So
okay, so I played with that.
Yeah.
I played with it a bit.
It's a little broken a little bit.
It's not bad. I picked crazy objects.
Yep.
I was like, build me the Louvre.
The Louvre. Okay.
Then I said, build me a Viking ship.
Yeah.
And then I asked it to build the bridge in Baltimore that collapsed.
Okay.
I was like, I wonder what version it's gonna make. If it goes out and searches images of this bridge right now,
right,
it doesn't look like what it used to.
Like much of anything.
I will say it did great at the Viking ship.
Yes.
It stalled out on the other two.
Yep.
I probably just need to buy some more credits or something.
You probably should buy more credits.
Why should I?
Oh, because it's a product that me and my son have built. So you can go to blockstackdesigner.com right now, and
not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Yet we'll see how good the reach of the show is.
But it is cool. You just type in what you want, and it builds your Minecraft thing, and you can export it and import it back
into Minecraft,
into real Minecraft.
Into real Minecraft. The other thing that it does that you probably didn't test is you can take an image and paste it into the prompt, and it will try to recreate that image in blocks. Yeah. There's another cool feature that is like targeting, where you can target a specific block. You shift click on a block where you want something to be built. So you can say, like, on the side of this Viking ship, I want there to be cannons, and you place the build in a location.
Yeah, Vikings had a lot of cannons.
So
there's one thing they're known for. It's the cannons on the side of their rowboats.
Listen, I didn't say my comments would be historically accurate. I've never, ever promised that.
Oh, man. Speaking of targets.
Yes.
Well
segued. Here we go.
Target is launching a new app within ChatGPT, along with all the other apps that have been built in. Target's now part of that. And why this kind of matters for businesses is that the ways that agents are and generative engine optimization, like the way you need to consider that is that agents are going to be the ones that are shopping on your site. And browsing for customers, and the way that they're looking up information, it's going to affect the way you are building your products.
For sure.
And then another kind of related to that is Perplexity announced a product for shopping. So it's basically an online shopping platform within Perplexity. They've partnered with PayPal to position themselves as an alternative to traditional shopping.
So much stuff to check out.
Yeah. Again, same kind of impact there. It's how are your products, your categories, everything, how's it being browsed? What's browsing it?
Yeah.
Something without eyeballs is browsing it.
Yep.
And making recommendations and comparing you to other products on other sites, like a personal shopper.
Yes.
The last thing I want to talk about is what to do with your old Macs. Yeah, a stack of Mac Minis laying around.
I do.
Do you?
I really do.
Okay, I didn't expect that. Anything newer than 2018? So MacBooks, iMacs,
Okay.
other Macs.
Mm-hmm.
In the upcoming version of Tahoe 26.2, they have a new feature called compute clustering that lets you connect your MacBooks and your iMacs and your Mac Minis all together and turn them into an
AI cluster.
Distributed AI compute cluster.
Wow.
They say it's built for developers, researchers, and creators who need more power but don't want to buy a dedicated workstation. It's made to dramatically speed up AI tasks like rendering, model fine-tuning, and high-intensity local inference.
So what's cool about that is that in Resolve, which I use to edit this show, there's this kind of node and master computer setup that you can do for rendering, where it's like you can in your home if you have multiple machines running DaVinci Resolve, they can each have a node. You can send the render out across multiple nodes, and it does it way faster. Effectively, it depends on obviously how many you have, but it'll dramatically change the speed of your renders.
Yeah.
I wonder if this AI kind of rendering or co-working setup just does that across compute in whatever you're doing. I wonder what, what applications, how do you have to start it? Does it do it intelligently? Does it know when to use it or not? You know what I mean?
Right.
That'll be interesting because I use that kind of same idea in my house right now.
All right. Well, don't forget to, I think that's all we got for this week.
That's all I got.
That's a lot. There's a lot of things. Thanks for sticking it out to this point. Do hit subscribe. Do tell your AI forward-thinking friends about us.
Yep, and your AI forward-thinking browser to click the button if you can't do it yourself. The doer.
Yeah. Get your doer, your web doer.
Get your doer to do it.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks when everything's changed
again.